the Beyond Press channel. Today I am going to show you our camera equipment and how it's evolved during our YouTube career. So here is the first two cameras that we used. This is my old Sony RX100. It's the Mark 1, so it doesn't shoot any slow motion stuff, but it shoots good full HD video, and I had it for my personal photo use, so I really don't have shooted that much video before this YouTube thing, but it's okay, and it is the objective and the rest of the camera, but not the digital part of it. Electronics are exactly the same as the newer ones, so it's really good and it doesn't need much light. And then for the slow motions we used our Sony, or mine, Sony Z5 Compact. It can shoot 120 frames per second at full HD with crappy quality. And first we didn't have any extra lights, so it was just that, but you see now. And then we take our living room lamp to here. I can show the lamp also. So here is our first light. It is now in our bedroom and it's like 10 or 20 watt halogen and just switch on and off. The next step was to buy these LED panels. I have 3 of them and they all use the same remote control. And I have to zoom in. And this has power on and off, and also the amount of light in 5500 kelvins and 3200. So I can adjust the amount of the light. And it is really handy that they are remote controlled, because I have a couple of them inside my press. I can show you one here. So one is there and the other one is there. So I can put them by pressing remote control on, and I have quite good amount of light on my pressings. And we used this my dad's old tripod, and I have bought one more with this video head that is damped this way that you can move it smoothly. And then we have had quite many flexible small tripods, but we have broken quite many of those in the process. So here are our current main cameras. I have the Panasonic GH4, which is it's really good and easy to use camera that can shoot in 4K and don't overheat while doing it, like this Sony. And at the moment I have this Rode mic attached to it. It is good all around mic, but then I have also this small lavalier mic that I can attach to my shirt and use, for example, with the vacuum pump, which is quite loud, so the mic picks my speech better with that. And with this I like to use different kind of filters. Usually I use this just for protection for my lens, because we are always stuff flying. Then I have this polarized filter that is good when you are filming through blast shield, so it helps to cut the reflections away. Then I have also this very dark filter for filming welding and other very bright stuff. I am probably going to use it with the death ray also. And then I have this Sony RX100 Mark IV, which I use for slow motion films, and this is best camera for like under 20,000 or something really expensive for shooting slow motion. This can shoot up to 1000 frames per second, and if you shoot only 2 seconds it can do it like HD ready or close to that, and 4 seconds bit lower resolution, and especially the 250 frames per second is really good, and 500 is also. And for my videos, which are mostly watched by mobile phones, even the 1000 frames per second is good. And with these two you have to use these very fast and expensive memory cards. I think these are about 100 euros per each, and it can write 150 megabytes per second. Yeah, and then I have my backpack, which I can use when I go to film somewhere else. You can fit this main camera here and couple of these here and some GoPros and stuff on the rest of, and then there's also area for your laptop inside of this. I don't have laptop yet, but I am thinking about buying one to, if I go long trip in somewhere, I can make videos there with the laptop. Then I have also this box, which I use to store my batteries, so the full ones are here and the empty ones are here, so it's well organized. And then I have this power up, backup power, and you can charge the GoPro batteries right there, so it's quite handy. Then I have this GoPro Hero 4 Black, which can shoot full HD at 120 frames per second, and I use this for backup slow motion because that Sony shoots only 4 or 2 seconds, so if I miss something with that, I at least have these. And then I have this cheap small GoPros that I can use to get very much of different angles on my videos. And I'm not using this with press that much, but I'm hoping to do some car videos where these are good to place around the car. And then I have inside of this lot of this mounting stuff for GoPro, and then I have this body harness and the headband for the GoPro. And on some Beyond the Press channel videos I like to use this GoPro with 4K resolution and wide image angle, so I can zoom in on that video later on the computer, because it's quite hard to get your camera pointed on the right direction at all times. So with the 4K and very wide angle lens you can adjust the position of your camera after you have done filming, so that is quite handy. And here is one more cat and one more camera. This is our first RX100 Mark IV, but it was broken during the filming. The tripod fell down with this, and this is so much dented that this doesn't move anymore. So it is broken, and I have it on our vitrine to remember me how to handle cameras. And my old method was to use original Windows Movie Maker, which you can open by just like this, and I used this because I had it, and it is really easy to get started with this. And the main problems are that this is very slow, and if you put a lot of clips inside of it, it's going to probably crash and not work very well. and the features with these are also quite limited, so it is really hard to make anything bit more complicated with this. But I used this quite long, like first 2 months or something like that. We probably had something like 600,000 subscribers, and I were making the videos with Movie Maker and filming them with my cell phone. But now we have a bit more refined. And here is our current software that we use to edit our videos. It is Premiere Pro, and I decided to go with this one because one guy at our MCN knows really well how to use it, so I can ask every time if I had some problems, or he can even come here to teach me. But for now, usually when I had some kind of problem, it's really easy to, with this and other popular programs, just to type your problem into YouTube, and there is usually video that is like 3 minutes long and tells what to do. But this hasn't been crashing with me, and it is much faster than the Windows Movie Maker, so I usually just drop the video clips here, and then you can take part from these and put to your video timeline. It's almost as easy as with the Windows Movie Maker. And usually I just take the clips that I want and put them here, and then I use the normalize master track for get the audio levels right, and this usually makes them really good, and there is no need to use manual adjustments to those. And then if I am filming outside, I usually use the high pass filter to get rid of any wind sounds, and probably I should also buy some covers for my microphones to help wind also. But from here, effects and audio effects, there is quite a lot of tools that can help you, and the high pass filter is really good for that wind sound. And for the picture quality, I usually check the films with these color controls, and usually when you press the auto, it usually makes the picture a little bit better, and the white balance with this auto button isn't spot on always, so I like to adjust that manually. And then usually my main goal for the image quality is that the white balance is alright and it looks natural, and then I may use the contrast to get some details to show up a little bit better, for example in vacuum videos and stuff like that. And I just check all the video clips that the picture and quality is alright, and then I export the video, and I don't use any fancy effects or anything like that. I think the main point of my videos is the actual action in it and not the editing part. And I am not very good at this stuff because I hadn't had time to learn this all, and I haven't done much of video editing before this YouTube thing, but I think I'm doing alright and getting better at it every day. If you have some good tips to give me, write them in comments. And this video isn't sponsored by Sony or Panasonic or any camera company or Adobe or anything, but if there are some camera companies that would like to sponsor us, we are of course open to that. And I haven't done the calculations how much of money I have spent on this camera equipment quite much probably, and I always say to Anni that I need one more camera. And then after about 2 weeks I came up with some idea and I need one more camera, but at the moment I think I have enough cameras. I would maybe like some kind of filming copter. I don't really need it, but it could be quite fun toy. Probably I should ask from some company that makes those to send 2 of those, one for the crushing and one for me to use. And then there's always the question about high-speed cameras that are better than our current Sony. And I have spoken with one guy that has company that rents those and sell those, and we are probably going to film one day, perhaps even before end of this month. The guy from that company will bring the cameras here and use them, and we are going to crush lot of different stuff and do other stuff that is good with those high-speed cameras. And he has some really good cameras, so they are able to film flying bullets and stuff like that, so it's going to be very good footage for our YouTube channels. But there is no point of buying one of those because they are tens of thousands of euros, and I probably just break them in a couple of months, so it's better to leave those for professionals and focus on this pressing stuff. Yeah, I think this is all for today. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.